Hi, many of you may wanted to learn some project management tool to understand how agile ways of working can be supported with the help of tool. And many of you might have heard of Atlassian tool called Jira. In this video, we are showing you how can you create a free account, totally free account, and explore most of the features of Jira that can help you in working in your team. If you have a small team of say up to 10 individuals, you can just keep using this particular tool and enhance your productivity and overall delivery. But if you want to just use it for a learning purpose, that is also second option you can use. You can create, you can play with the data and learn how to probably generate various kind of matrices and reports by using Jira. So I have a Kapil with me and he will show us the step-by-step process to set up a free account for you at Atlassian.
So hi everyone. So the first step to set up your free account on Atlassian is just to visit a website called atlassian.com. So when you visit this website, so at that website, you just have to click on these products and click on the Jira software and then click on pricing. And here you would get different plans. So the first plan, which is totally free for 10 user, is this one. Here we have to click on the get started button. And now you have to log in. You can either log in with your Google account or you can take any email address to get login from here. So I am logging with my Google account. Okay, so now just click on the create account. And now Google asks you like, what would be the URL for your website? So we can take like learn Scrum 701. Okay, so this URL is available and just click on agree button. Okay, so now Jira would collect information. We can skip this information for the time being, and we can provide this information if needed in later stages. So now it is setting up our website on their cloud server. It would take some time.
So if we talk about the steps, it's like just visiting the website. Yeah, and we will share these steps in a URL. You can find that URL below. There is an article supporting it. So visiting the website, choosing the pricing option from the menu, the project management option, and then look for a free option, which is saying free till 10 users, and using an email ID or a Google login, and then proceeding it further. It's pretty straightforward. And here we have it ready.
Okay, so now it would ask further question like you are new to Jira, you have experience with Jira. We can skip this question as well. So now it is asking you like what would be the project name you want to create. So it is very straightforward. You can put any name like Scrum development, and it would take the initial as a key. So all your issues would be started with this key. You can also change this key as well, like ST. I want ST. So that is there. So okay, so here we have a default template, and you can see like this is a team managed project. So instead of team managed project, we are going to use a company managed project because we would provide further videos like what type of benefit are there for company managed project instead of team managed project. So currently, please choose a company managed project, and we are just clicking on create project. And if we need any integration, then we can tell about that. Otherwise, we can skip that. We can invite different users up to 10 users, because up to 10 users, this project is free. We can also skip that because we can do this thing later as well. Okay, so now our project setup is done. It's by default being created for a Scrum board. Oh, for Kanban board. It's not a Scrum board, it's a Kanban board where you can see like these are the default structure. Whenever we can create an issue, it would be put under backlog and then it would move into the done. Done is the last status for this particular kind of project. So we can create any type of issues over here. So, okay. So in Jira, we have these by default, we have these 4 type of issue type. One is epic, another one is story, then task and bugs. So epic is like a feature, like suppose we have a big feature, say search management or login management or inventory management. That is a feature. And for completing that feature, we have to build multiple stories or multiple tasks that we can create under that. And for under that story, we have subtasks. Subtask means if we are going to complete those subtasks, then that particular story or task get completed. So we can add any stories over here. Like firstly, we add one features like inventory management or user management would be making more sense. We can provide some summary about that. Or if we have any description that can provide, and let's click on create. So epic is created over here. Under that epic, we can create stories and task as well. And by moving this thing into these statuses, we can say, okay, our work is done. So this is our simple Kanban board.
Perfect. And what if we have to add a Scrum backlog here? Is it possible to change once we are already here?
Yes, we can create another project for Scrum as a template.
Okay.
So here we have to choose this Scrum template and just click on use that template. Click on company manage project, then provide the name.
Okay. Yeah. So I can sense, because initially when people are just signing up for the free account, they may not get an idea of change template option, which was coming when the project was getting created. And sometimes you just land to a default option, which was there. And later on may wonder, I want to see a backlog, I want to see a sprint backlog, and I'm confused about it. It could be just an issue of creating project, and you created the project to start with. And you can definitely create a new project and pick up the new template, and that will solve your problem. Yeah. So don't worry, it is still settable and configurable, and you can see other types of reports.
So here is your backlog. Like in Scrum model, you create a backlog and you can create multiple sprints. And under those sprint, you can track like what is the active sprint, and based upon that, you can see various report. So let's create 1 or 2 issues over here.
So issue is more or less a common element, the word Jira used. Basically, it could be any type of element, and the type of element could be the big chunk of requirement, which could be termed as epic. Small set of requirement can be called story, or maybe an actionable thing, which can be called task. And you may want to create your own issue types also. So those all things we will talk in some other videos, but that's possible. Say you may want to have an epic and then feature and then story, or you may want to have something in between further as well. Technical depth kind of issues, or enablers kind of issues, or spike kind of issues. All those things are possible, but it depends how do we configure them. So that thing we will take some time. Yeah.
Yes. So by default, Jira provide you 4 kind of issue type. First one is epic. It is similar to Kanban, like you have big feature, and you can link this epic to multiple stories. So you can also track the progress of the epic as well in Jira. Like if in a particular epic, we have 10-15 stories, and out of 10-15 stories, 10 stories are already done. So you can also watch the feature progress as well. So like, okay, so we are creating epic over here as well, like say login management for various type of login.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so I just created this epic. So epic would not be visible on my backlog. We just have to create stories over here, or tasks over here, or issues over here, and we link those issue types to the epics.
Yeah. So the way Jira treats Epic
yeah.
is it's more like a folder, and in the folder you need to put something, and it's a folder management thing, which is a big chunk of requirement, which will have more fine-grained requirements, which will get implemented further. Good. So Kapil, you may want to talk about some of the upper menus, because yeah, I understand there are a lot of things. What kind of settings one can play with, or the other things which you may want to just briefly show, so that someone who has just created the account. Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see, like this is a backlog. All the stories, those are being groomed by your product owner, would be put under this backlog, right? Then we can create a sprint backlog as well. Like on which sprint we want to work. We move our story from this backlog to that particular sprint, and we can start that particular sprint from start date to end date, right? If my this story is attached to particular epic, so we can track the progress of that particular epic over here as well. Like on login management, we have created only one epic, so we can see login management over here. So currently I have not attached any issue over here, but we can attach that as well. And similarly, in a software development project, there is a release management. So Jira provide you option to manage release as well. So we can create a version, say MVP 1.0. And after creating this, we can attach these story, which either belong to same epic or belong to any other epic under one release. And we can track the release as well over here. Okay. Because release might have a combination of different epic feature, some feature from particular epic, some functionality from different epic. Perfect. And we set up a release after 2-3 months. So that kind of tracking is also available there.
So the way we usually talk in the agile world, so you can have a stories which are part of child epic, that's possible here. And you can have a stories which may not have a parent epic, because there could be some elements, maybe a small thing you have to do where there is no large folder. That is also possible. So you can have a element item as a story without having the child, father, or a parent epic. And similarly, when you do release planning, which might involve multiple iterations to plan and deliver, or multiple elements from different epics to go and achieve the release goals, that is also possible. You can create various release versions that can show you various release planning, various charts related to that release planning, and that helps you in seeing and sharing progress about your coming release, how well we are doing things. So that's all is possibly possible, and you should play with the free version to learn it. Yeah, that's the objective of showing all this, is not to get into the details of these features, but to give you a little quick start so that you can explore once you start playing with the free version. Yeah. You may want to show a little bit about configurations.
Yeah, you can link epic to a story just by click on that particular issue. Small detail of that particular issue would be visible over here. Here you can select the epic link and just select the epic, what type of epic you want to link over. Perfect. And now this particular issue is attached to this particular epic. Okay, so this is your one portion, one screen, and suppose I have started this sprint. And okay, this is a 2-week sprint and started from 28th as a date. So we also have a daily tracking location over here. Like this is a backlog where we have all the stories, those are available, but we want to track our current sprint during our daily Scrum meetings. So by this way, we can check like, okay, on this particular story, if there are 4 or 5 subtasks, that story is assigned to person X, we can track, okay, on this particular where we are, we can track those things with the help of this active sprint board. Perfect. Okay, so next one we have reports. So Jira provides us so many different kind of reports. Those are available if we follow the Jira practice, like burn down chart. So currently it would not be created over here because we have not put our estimate in that particular story, or multiple stories are not there. Yes. So here you can get a burn down chart based upon 3 areas. One is story point, another one is original time estimate, and third one is issue count. So in a particular if we have 10 issue count, so how many issues are being completed? How much original time estimate is completed? How many story point we have completed? So it actually work on the resolution status of the story.
Good.
So similarly, we have
maybe reports we will see one by one in the other sections, but here we can just say that what the person should need to get started with. So possibly some settings, and then we probably elaborate things in the next video. Yeah.
Sure. So similarly, there are so many other kind of reports. One important one is sprint report. It would track like how many stories get completed in that particular sprint, and issue does not get completed in that particular sprint. So that kind of sprint commitment or sprint completion report we can fetch from Jira directly. Okay, so any question regarding that? So by this way we can play. Yeah.
A quick setting. So what all possible settings, just to give. So the idea here is someone who is getting this free account first and try to play with it. So they can definitely play with by creating epics, by creating stories, by creating backlog items, by putting them into sprint, dropping them, putting efforts, moving them in progress, done. Probably you need to create a plan for 2 sprints, 1 sprint which is already done. You may want to do that data entry into it to understand, and then get into the next sprint and generate various reports. So that seems to be a good idea. One can apply after setting up the free account. Yeah, it will take some time, but that is something you can do. What are the other things possibly a person should explore other than just the data and the reports coming based on the work?
Okay, so there are so many other things that we can do. First one, you can say like this is a new feature that is being added in the cloud version. That is a roadmap. So here you can put different features like epic wise feature, and you can put the start date and end date based upon your plan. And then you can watch you can say in chart format, like, okay, up to which month, up to which year it is going to complete. What is your plan about that? And then you can verify based upon the stories under that. Like
okay,
when those stories are going to pick in that particular sprint.
So it is like an epic level Gantt chart, which one can prepare. That's a roadmap tool, which is a recently added thing, where you may want to give a high level projection for next 3 months, 6 months. And you can show that possibly by these large initiative, which is epic, we are going to achieve our project objective in this much time. And maybe in between the releases may also get demonstrated that there will be releases happening at a various periods where we can see overall our movement of the roadmap. Yeah, good. So right. Yeah, some of the other settings you may want to talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we can see like we have a board setting over here. In board setting, we can define different kind of configuration. Okay, what would be the filter based upon that this board would be created? That filter by default is equivalent to the project. But in your organization where multiple boards would be there, multiple teams are working there, so multiple boards can be created, and those boards would work on different filters. And every board might have different administrators, so they can control their own team. So in this free version, we cannot create parallel board, but in a premium version, and Jira also provide you 30-day premium plan as well. So in that particular plan, you can create parallel board as well.
So once you are done exploiting all the functionalities of free version as a company or as a learner, you may want to try it out, the 30 days standard plan free of cost, because it's a free trial. And if you like it, then you can upgrade your version for future, or you can downgrade it back to a free version again and then continue using it. That's something is also a possible thing. Any final few things, Kapil, you want to share in last 2-3 minutes?
Yeah. Sometimes we want to search the issue because there is a huge backlog. What type of issues we have closed? So there is a feature called filters. So here you can filter those particular issues with the help of project. If you know the types, then you can search based upon the type as well. Like we currently have Scrum development project, this one, and under that we just have one story. If I just want to click on the story, so only all the stories would be visible to me. Okay. If I know some text would be there, so we can filter those results over here, and we can download, import, export, and can share this with anyone.
Great. So what seems to be the usual support which comes from any tool is extensive search, because your data is digital. And in the today's environment where the teams are spread across, many of your team members might be working from home. You may not have a physical space to search and find information. So you may want to have a well managed digital repositories of things where people can find information fast, and it provides extensive search to facilitate that. That's something we can see. And and the first thing is there is no commitment from you. You can just get this 10 user license for free of cost and learn for your own company project management, or maybe learn as an individual so that you are ready for doing project management using the tool. So we are going to put more such videos which will help you to learn this tool in little better way. But this video should give you a good kickstart. Yeah, I missed introducing myself as well as Kapil. So I am Saket Bansal. I am into project management education and training. Yeah, that's something I do. And Kapil is certified Jira cloud administrator. Yeah, he has been certified by Jira, and he has the project management and delivery experience along with running the business. Yeah, so that's a kind of a mix of those experiences and the insightful knowledge of Jira. He has been doing consulting around Jira to automate various kind of workflows and generate things which are a little bit code oriented rather than directly search oriented. So good. I think, thank you, and wait for our next video with more details on Jira.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.